All right, before the elections in Bihar kick off, the political face-off is heating up. In just a few moments from now, Congress MP and leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, will in all likelihood be releasing the second edition of his vote chori expose. Remember, last month in a press conference, he had put out what he said was evidence to show that votes were being stolen, and this had taken place in Karnataka in the Bengaluru Central seat in the Mahadevpura Assembly constituency during the Lok Sabha election. That he said was only an atom bomb. A much bigger expose has been promised by the Congress party. Rahul Gandhi has said if that was an atom bomb, this is going to be a hydrogen bomb. Now, what is this hydrogen bomb going to be? Is it related to the data from Maharashtra or from Haryana, or has been speculated, is it something related to the Prime Minister's own Lok Sabha seat, Varanasi seat, during the Lok Sabha elections? But what exactly is it that Rahul Gandhi had said again and again about vote chori and about the hydrogen bomb? Listen in.
बीजेपी के लोग अच्छी तरह सुन लीजिए भैया, एटम बम का नाम सुना आपने? सुना है एटम बम का नाम? उससे बड़ा क्या होता है? उससे बड़ा क्या होता है? एटम बम से बड़ा हाइड्रोजन बम होता है। होता है नहीं होता है? माधवपुरा में हमने एटम बम दिखाया था। बीजेपी के लोगों, तैयार हो जाओ, हाइड्रोजन बम आ रहा है। हाइड्रोजन बम आ रहा है, तैयार हो जाइए। आपकी जो सच्चाई है, वोट चोरी की सच्चाई है, वो पूरे देश को पता लगने जा रही है।
गांधी रोज धमकी देते हैं कि हम हाइड्रोजन बम फोड़ेंगे। किस बात पे धमकी देते हैं? कि वोट चोरी की। और जब वोट चोरी की बात वो करते हैं, चुनाव आयोग उसको लिखित करके कहता है कि आइए, और जो हम चुनाव के पहले बिहार में डोर टू डोर वेरीफाई कर रहे हैं, जो सही मतदाता हैं, 18 साल के हो गए, अगर वोटर नहीं तो वोटर बनाएंगे, चाहे किसी जाति धर्म बिरादरी के हैं, अगर वो भारत के नागरिक हैं। अगर किसी की डेथ हो गई तो उसका नाम कटेगा, कोई कहीं चला गया तो उसका नाम वहाँ से डिलीट होगा। लेकिन रोहिंग्या, बांग्लादेशी या विदेशी जो अवैध रूप से मतदाता बने।
All right, joining us now, Aishwarya Jain and Vasudha Venugopal, both joining us on what the Congress promises is going to be a hydrogen bomb. What are you hearing from your sources? To you, Vasudha, first. What is this hydrogen bomb? What details are you hearing?
Is what I understand. It could be the Prime Minister's constituency or any of the top leaders' constituency, and this is something that is still in the realm of speculations, Padmaja, because the Congress has also learned from the BJP. They have really learned to be tight-lipped about their press conferences now. But what we can be really sure of is the fact that whatever the Congress says is going to be rebutted by the BJP in just about 2 hours from now. So there's going to be a claims versus counter-claims battle that's going to play out. But yes, this is the matter of vote theft, and this is exactly what Rahul Gandhi has been raising. But I did speak to BJP sources in the morning. They seem to be quite, quite relaxed on that front, because they feel, at least with regard to Bihar, this is an issue that's not really picking up. Remember that the CWC meeting of Congress party is also going to be held in Patna. The party will also be headed to, internal elections as well. So this is an issue that the party wants to raise, and it also wants to, it wants this issue to be a rallying point for all opposition parties. But today's press conference could be about a high-profile constituency of a BJP leader. It could be of the Prime Minister as well. Remember, Ajay Rai himself has been talking about it, but it could be on other constituencies as well. Remember that we've already had a press conference by Rahul Gandhi on Mahadevpura constituency of central Bengaluru in Karnataka. He has also held press conferences on Maharashtra assembly elections specifically. But today's press conference is also being seen as something that can rattle the BJP, but the BJP will also rebut immediately, is what I've been told.
All right, immediate rebuttal, you can count on that. What are your sources telling you, Aishwarya? What is it likely to be? Which constituency? Where is vote chori taking place in the last few days that has been detected now? Aishwarya, can you hear me?
Well, yes, the Bharatiya Janata Party will for sure, hold a press conference after Rahul Gandhi's press conference that is scheduled at 10 a.m. But it is most likely all about either of Varanasi and or perhaps Gujarat. Remember, Rahul Gandhi will be traveling to Gujarat as well, in Junagadh, where he will be chairing that important Congress District Presidents Committee meeting soon after having this press conference. But it is Rahul Gandhi who had earlier stated that he's going to drop a hydrogen bomb, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi will not be able to show his face to the country, is what the allegations were. Time and again he has repeated these claims. Election Commission of India had completely refused to refused and asked Rahul Gandhi time and again that he should submit an affidavit on what he feels that the claims are right. The India bloc clearly united on this front, but the Bharatiya Janata Party feels that this issue is not really going on ground, and it is not picking up pace as far as the matters that the Congress party wanted to raise. The vote chori allegations are huge. Of course, he had earlier pointed out the fact that he had several documents that he had gathered. His research team has worked on this particular press conference. He will bring all the files along and will give a presentation to the media at the Indira Gandhi Bhavan when he will be holding a press conference. But it's an important constituency that he will be focusing on this time in his second such press conference after August 7, when he clearly demonstrated that how they were fake voters and duplicate voters, and particularly to the Madhavpura constituency in Karnataka Central, where the Congress is ruling. But it all depends on how big this constituency would be. But perhaps the documents are being prepared well enough, is what the sources in the Congress party had been saying, and he will bring all those files along with him, along with a presentation that he might give.
इशू मेन है कि महाराष्ट्र में, हरियाणा में, कर्नाटक में इलेक्शन चोरी किया गया है। हमने ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट सबूत दिया बेंगलोर सेंट्रल का। आने वाले समय में हम और एक डायनामिक एक्सप्लोसिव आपको सबूत देने वाले हैं। पूरे देश में नारा चल रहा है, वोट चोर, गद्दी चोर का नारा चल रहा है, आग जैसे फैल रहा है, क्योंकि सच्चाई है। और हम आपको दिखाएंगे, हिंदुस्तान के युवा आप अच्छी तरह सुनिए, सच्चाई है कि वोट चोरी करके सरकारें बन रही हैं। हम गारंटी करके आपको प्रूफ देने वाले हैं। धन्यवाद। नहीं, ये जो बीजेपी के लोग एजिटेट हो रहे हैं, मैं उनसे कहना चाहता हूं, आप एजिटेट नहीं होइए, क्योंकि हाइड्रोजन बम जब आएगा सारा का सारा।
Okay, this is what Mr. Gandhi said when he had gone back to his constituency of Rai Bareli. He said that even more dynamic, even more explosive bomb is going to be dropped very soon by the Congress party. He had gone there soon after the conclusion of his Vote Adhikar Yatra, and he promised that this is going to happen again. And like I said, it's something he has reiterated over and over during his entire Yatra through Bihar. Listen. Play that in just a second, but let me go across to Himanshu Shekhar in the interim. Himanshu ji, the entire Vote Adhikar Yatra, and it seems that the Bihar campaign itself is predicated on people buying into this narrative. Given that now we have election dates going to be announced in just a few days from now, what do you think today's expose is going to be? Because that pretty much is going to be the building block of the Congress's campaign in Bihar, that vote chori campaign.
Definitely, and it all started with the monsoon session. And I remember throughout the session, on every day, all opposition parties protested on the SIR issue. In fact, if there was one issue in Parliament that had united the opposition India bloc, and they also got support from Aam Aadmi Party, it was the SIR issue. And then Rahul Gandhi went to Bihar, and there was this very long yatra with Tejasvi Yadav. Clearly, Rahul Gandhi, I think, has put his political stake on this issue. Though there are still questions as to how effective this will be as an election issue. But now with Election Commission deciding to start the SIR process throughout the country, in Delhi also this process is starting, in West Bengal, in run-up to the next assembly elections, we hear noises around SIR. Mamata Banerjee also is raising this issue in DMK. DMK is also making this as an issue in Tamil Nadu. So I think we will see a kind of a political war hotting up as these assembly elections come near and as the process of special internal revision is carried out across different states beyond the boundaries of Bihar. But for the moment, the big focus remains on what new revelations Rahul Gandhi can make, the claims that he has made that he is going to drop a hydrogen bomb. And I think if he shares new facts, of course this entire political controversy around SIR will only get more and more complicated, because remember, the charges that Rahul Gandhi is levelling are very serious. And I think as of now, Election Commission has rejected his allegations, but he's again and again making very serious allegations which has, I think, far-reaching ramifications for Indian politics. We'll have to wait and see if Rahul Gandhi decides to share some new facts, because we do know from sources that Congress party is working and studying the data of voters in different states as well. And as and when they get more discrepancies, perhaps Rahul Gandhi will keep releasing them. So the question is that while SIR, nobody is questioning the SIR issue. In the case of Bihar, Padmaja, the main allegation of the opposition party has been on the timing, and they are alleging that Election Commission tried to run through a very important and sensitive process just ahead of the elections. Padmaja.
Of the last press conference that had taken place. Let's just quickly try and dissect the last press conference that had taken place. What were some of the allegations that had been made over there, and subsequently, what was the factual position on some of those charges that emerged later? So, the claim that was made during the atom bomb press conference was that you've got, and this was not just during the press conference, this has been a number of different examples that have been quoted by the Congress party to say that vote chori is taking place all over the country. Remember, the press conference in August was specific only to Mahadevpura, which is a assembly constituency within the Bangalore central seat in Karnataka during the Lok Sabha elections. Subsequently, there were multiple examples quoted. One example was that in the Kashmiri Ganj area of Varanasi in ward number 51, there are in fact hundreds of people who have listed the same person as their father. The name of one man has been given as the father of multiple people. Now, the fact of that matter was that that address was not residential. It was actually the Ram Janki Mutt temple, as a result of which the Mahant of that temple, who's the guru of all the people who reside there, has been listed as the father. Now, a lot of mirth was there on social media. Let's move to the next one. A lot of mirth on social media, which said that, oh, look, the youngest son is only 28 years old, the oldest son is 72 years old, but the fact is, and they all have the same father. The fact is that it was actually disciples who mentioned their guru as their father. It wasn't the father in that sense, because they have given up family life. 50 people registered as sons of a single man. That was the truth of the matter. Let's quickly go through this graphic, please, so that we go on to the next point. Gurkirat Dang, that was the next example given. He was registered at 4 booths. This was a charge made specific to the Mahadevpura constituency. Gurkirat Dang, in fact, spoke to NDTV 24/7, and he said that I have applied for voter ID 4 times. There was a technical error. I got registered at 4 booths, but I voted at only 1. I have given an application to get the other 3 cancelled. Another example quoted in that PC was that of Aditya Srivastav. He was registered and was shown in that PC, registered in 3 different states, Karnataka, Maharashtra, UP. Aditya Srivastav again came on record, spoke to NDTV 24/7 and said, I have worked at 3 different places. I belong to Uttar Pradesh. I used to vote there. Then I went to Maharashtra. I voted there. Then I went to Karnataka. I got my voter ID made there, but I voted only in Karnataka. I have given an application to cancel my voter ID in the other 2 states. So these are people who have stepped forward themselves and clarified. Then there was the case of Minta Devi. She was shown as 104 years old in the voter rolls. If you remember, the Congress party, including Priyanka Gandhi, actually wore T-shirts to Parliament saying 104 not out Minta Devi, with her picture and 104 not out written. Turns out that in her voter card, instead of her date of birth, her year of birth being listed as 1990, which is the correct date, it was shown as 1900, which is why Because of that technical error, her age was showing up as 104. She is not 104 years old. She was born in 1990, which makes her about 34 years old. That lady also came out in public and said, no, I am not 104. I am not dead. I am just 34 years old. And that is the fact of the matter. So these are few of the examples. And a final example that I want to give you is of this lady called Ranju Devi. During that Vote Adhikar Yatra, she was called on stage with Rahul Gandhi, Tejaswi Yadav, and there she said that my name, along with those of 5 other people from my family, has been deleted. A total of 6 people from my family, our name has been struck off the electoral rolls. Then the BLA went there, the local electoral officer went to her house, and subsequently she was seen on camera saying, my name is there in the rolls, my family's name is there on the rolls, and whatever I said was because somebody, when Sachiv ji came to my house of the village, the Sachiv of the village came to my house, and he told me to say that my name has been deleted. His name is, her name along with that of 6 people. And this man, finally, you see him here on stage with Rahul Gandhi, Subodh Kumar. He also claimed that my vote has been deleted. Fact of the matter is that even in the last election, his name was not there in the voter roll. It's not like it has been struck off during SIR. Let's listen to what Rahul Gandhi said in Bihar.
डायनामिक एक्सप्लोसिव आपको सबूत देने वाले हैं। पूरे देश में नारा चल रहा है, वोट चोर गद्दी छोड़ का नारा चल रहा है। आग जैसे फैल रहा है, क्योंकि सच्चाई है और हम आपको दिखाएंगे। हिंदुस्तान के युवा, आप अच्छी तरह सुनिए, सच्चाई है कि वोट चोरी करके सरकारें बन रही हैं। हम गारंटी करके आपको प्रूफ देने वाले हैं। धन्यवाद। नहीं, ये जो बीजेपी के लोग एजिटेट हो रहे हैं, मैं उनसे कहना चाहता हूं, आप एजिटेट नहीं होइए, क्योंकि हाइड्रोजन बॉम्ब जब आएगा सारा का सारा साफ हो जाएगा।
Himanshu, quick follow-up question. How much of an electoral issue is vote chori resonating as on the ground? Because the Congress is very, very convinced. Rahul Gandhi says wherever he goes, vote chor, gaddi chhod. He says, bachcha aakar ke hazaron bachche mere kaan mein bol rahe hain, vote chor, gaddi chhod. Is the RJD as convinced that this is a strong election issue in Bihar? Himanshu ji? All right, we seem to have lost the link with Himanshu. We'll cut to him in just a second. Aishwarya, how much of it is actually convincing to alliance partners? Are others on board with the vote chori campaign, with the Congress?
Well, we did see in the monsoon session of Parliament that there were different political parties of the India bloc that came together. For the entire session, we saw protests happening outside the Makar Dwar, from the DMK to Trinamool Congress to RJD, Samajwadi Party, Congress Party, all came together and they protested and they disrupted the entire monsoon session. During the vote chori, vote Adhikar Yatra as well, the vote chori campaign that Rahul Gandhi launched, that was echoed in the from the other political parties as well. But perhaps there are several leaders from the India bloc who were the part of the RJD, were the part of Trinamool Congress. When we talk them off record, they clearly states that this issue is not directly affecting the voters of Bihar, that Rahul Gandhi perhaps want to take it as a major issue that can be a very strong issue in the upcoming elections of Bihar. Perhaps we also need to concentrate on such issues that are directly affecting the common person, and that will certainly get us votes. But it is Rahul Gandhi who believes that this issue should be something that should be a point one agenda of the India bloc, of the Mahagathbandhan in the upcoming Bihar elections as well. Perhaps the claims that he has said that he has more authentic claims. He guarantees the people that the Election Commission of India will not be able to answer what questions that he is going to raise in the upcoming press conferences. Prime Minister Narendra Modi cannot able to show his face to the countrymen after the hydrogen bomb that he is going to drop soon. There were several leaders who came out, including the stature of Sharad Pawar, who stated that it was almost 300 MPs for the very first time in the parliament, the non-BJP MPs who walked out along with Rahul Gandhi and Mallikarjun Kharge in both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha to make this issue concrete. The Bharatiya Janata Party perhaps doesn't feel the same. They say that this is not an issue for the Bihar elections. The voters are not affected. Election Commission of India has given point by point rebuttal to what Rahul Gandhi's allegation is, and Rahul Gandhi has failed to file his affidavit in
what the BJP stand has been. Just yesterday, Member of Parliament Anurag Thakur, again, when this press conference was scheduled, what he said about it, we'll play out that in just a second. But here is, the Congress really trying to do a build-up to that press conference, because they really have hinged a lot of their vote, their vote Adhikar Yatra, their campaign on this. So here's the Congress trying to build up to that, saying press conference loading, standby, etc. Let's listen into Anurag Thakur.
देखिए, राहुल जी बहुत बार कहते हैं भूचाल आएगा, भूकंप आएगा, कभी कहते हैं एटम बम आएगा, कभी कहते हैं हाइड्रोजन बम आएगा, लेकिन हर बार वो भी कांग्रेस पार्टी की तरह टाइम टाइम फुस हो जाता है। जैसे वो चुनाव हार जाते हैं, वैसे इनके धमाके भी विफल हो जाते हैं, फुस हो जाते हैं। सवाल ये खड़ा होता है कि संवैधानिक संस्थाओं पर आखिरकार क्यों बार बार छींटे उछालने का काम, आरोप लगाने का काम कांग्रेस पार्टी करती है, जबकि कांग्रेस 60 साल देश में राज किया और अब जब उपराष्ट्रपति का चुनाव हुआ वहां पे भी अगर 15 सांसदों के वोट खारिज हुए, 15 ने इनके हिसाब से क्रॉस वोटिंग की, तो मुझे लगता है इंडी गठबंधन जो अब गिनी चुनी पार्टियों का रह गया है, उनको अपने अंदर झांकना चाहिए कि लोग अंतरात्मा की सुनकर भी भाजपा के समर्थित और एनडीए समर्थित उम्मीदवार को ही देते हैं। इससे पता चलता है कि इनकी अपनी पार्टी के अंदर भी सब कुछ ठीक नहीं है।
All right, so as and when that happens, you will hear it first on NDTV 24/7. A quick break. We're back in a minute.